sponsors.
Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in once again. I got my new black kufi on just for you. You're going to have a nice show today. I'm telling you, I'm bringing you top-notch guests. You're watching Think About It with Joshua Salaam, and this is all brought to you by Penny Appeal USA. We'll be right back. Whew! MashaAllah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hear you, I hear you. I hope you watched that segment yesterday. Was it what you wanted with Yasmin Al-Hadi? Was it live enough? Was it exciting enough? Well, I hope so, because I brought in another live and exciting guest today. Just for you. You guys said, Joshua, keep your stuff short and bring in some amazing guests. So I'm bringing in an old friend of mine. He used to, I can't even tell you what he used to do, because he used to do so many things. But one of the things that he did, he was a DJ, and he used to perform with Native Deen sometimes. We went all different places. He was like, choop, choop, Native Deen, and it was good. But he does other things. He's an architect. He's just a funny guy. Some people call him a creative genius. We don't know. You'll find out for yourself. His name is Aatif Sharieff, and I brought him on the show, as I did with Yasmin Al-Hadi, so that you guys can see Islam in action. You know, good Muslims in action, creative people in action. And that, as we said yesterday, it doesn't have to fit into some cookie cutter box. It doesn't have to look like this or look like that. I want you guys to listen to this segment with Brother Aatif and see if you agree that Islam is very practical, Islam is very real, and during this month of Ramadan, you can make the decision that it could be you that could be the architect. It could be you that could be the lawyer. It could be you that could be the comedian. It could be you that could be the DJ. It could be you that's the hafiz of the Quran. It could be you that's the Islamic scholar. All of those people I've had on this show. It could be you that's the licensed counselor like Selma Abu Jaderi. We've had them all on this show just to give you a picture of what we do in this deen, what we do in this way of life called Islam. Without further ado, we're going to take a short break for pennyappealusa.org. You guys stay right there. You're going to like this show. Inshallah. I got to say, inshallah, you're going to like this show. We'll be right back.
Since August 25th of this year, over 600,000 individuals have fled from Myanmar into bordering Bangladesh. They've witnessed crimes against humanity. The United Nations calls what happened in Myanmar textbook definition of genocide, textbook definition of ethnic cleansing. We've been here for the last few months, providing them with access to clean drinking water, providing them with access to primary healthcare services, helping them build their shelters, as well as giving them weekly food distributions. We can't fathom what they've witnessed. The ones that have arrived into Bangladesh are the lucky ones. They're now residing in between the 22 to 25 official refugee camps that have now been established. With your continued support, we want to secure their future. We want to stay for the foreseeable future so that we can dig more water wells, so that we can provide them with more medication and more medical advice, so that we can help build more shelters, especially with the winter coming and the cold setting in. Please visit our website to find out more about our work and to support us with your generous donations. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. If you heard a voice, it wasn't the voice in your head. It was the voice of Aatif Sharieff. He's already on the set. Give him a round of applause, everybody.
Assalamu alaikum.
Hey, and during this show, if you ever want to talk to the world, that's your camera right there. You just look at it and say, boom, remember me? I was here. Hey, this is Think About It. I forgot to tell you. You're watching Think About It with Joshua Salaam. I'm your host. This is all brought to you by pennyappealusa.org. And I have the brother does everything. He dances, he sings, he raps, he DJs, he's an architect. What else you do?
That's about it.
That's about it?
That's about it, yeah. I
So
think you
tell
covered
me,
it all.
No, you do movies too, or at least short films.
We did. Shout out to Gandagi.
That's where I first heard you. I was like,
Yeah.
what is this? These guys, they were doing like these funny things. The one that I liked the best was there's this guy in a car, and it had some like Muslim CD, and it was like an African American guy, I think it was, right? And he's ready for some like hits.
It was an African American, if you mean Egyptian, but yes.
Oh, he was
absolutely,
Egyptian?
Yeah. Shout out to Emery Hassan.
Emery Hassan?
Indeed.
Well, he looked African American. That is African American.
That's
Egypt
right,
is in
Egyptian.
Africa. That's the real African American.
Of course.
So he puts his CD in the car, and I think you guys were playing Rayhan.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Shout out to Sadiq.
That was
no,
Sadiq.
that was Sadiq. Absolutely,
Okay.
he's definitely.
Was he also Egyptian?
No, definitely African American.
I knew it.
Absolutely, and yeah, super confused.
Right. He was like,
had the Rayhan
am I supposed
CD,
to
which
get down with
was
this?
you know, it was 2004. Rayhan was like topping the charts.
Right.
And nobody knew what they were singing about. It was awesome.
Where can people like find these old classics of your funny?
You know, I was just talking to my partner in crime, Ibrahim Zaberi. Shout out to Ibrahim Zaberi, by the way, and shout out to Chuck Dyer.
You got a lot of friends out there, man. There's a lot,
I got, you
lot
know,
of shout-outs.
yeah. Nobody knows I'm on the show, by the way, and so it's gonna be a surprise.
They will now because
That's right.
Think About It is just climbing the charts thanks to that guy right there
That's
and that
right.
sister watching the show. Thank you for both of y'all
Yes.
watching the show.
Yes. Just put it in context real quick. You know, we're like pre-YouTube, pre-all that.
Was 2004 pre-YouTube?
I mean, if YouTube was around at that time, it wasn't fire. You know what I mean? It wasn't the YouTube it is today.
Right.
And I
It
got
was like Amazon when it was books only.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. Correct.
Before they took over the world.
Yeah. So you know, not to steal this whole segment about something that's, you know, so old, but we were just talking about it. It's still relevant. The stuff,
Right.
you know, the skits that we were doing.
Yeah.
You know, there's a bunch of disgruntled American Muslim kids. And Gandagi was kind of like our outlet to sort of, you know, kind of display to the world like what we went through.
Right.
Every single thing that pretty much happened in that series of skits, we actually literally went through.
Right.
Obviously, other than the music videos and stuff like that. But, you know, we grew up at a very interesting time in Islam in America where we were still figuring out our identity. We had these waves of different ideologies coming through our masajid.
Oh,
And-
man. We could do a show just on that.
Yeah. So, you know, in general, I think we were just like, we needed an outlet, right? And so Gandagi was kind of our outlet.
Now, how do you spell that? If somebody wanted to Google it now that Google's around.
Gandaghee.
Again,
It actually,
G-A-N?
it actually in Urdu, Gandagi means filth.
So you had to translate it. I forgot to tell you not to translate it.
I had to translate it, but you know, and it's funny because like when my parents found out we were gonna name that, they were basically like, well, look, we're gonna disown you.
Kya ho gaya hai beta?
Yeah, they were like, we're gonna disown you, but you know, understanding semiotics, you could Google that. But understanding semiotic sign code signifiers, you know, we thought it would be an interesting catch title. Right?
Filth.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because, you know, we were kind of addressing all the things that we had learned. You know, the whole halal mixtape and these things. You know, like you just found out music was haram.
Right.
You know? That's the scene I thought you were talking about. So anyways, yeah, it was good
What about the one where the guy's
Still
praying?
relevant.
And then you guys do this all like dramatic thing where you catch somebody's eye and they're looking at you when
Yeah,
they're praying?
absolutely. Like at the end of the day, like you and I have been there. Everybody who's walked in a masjid has been there. You know, as an architect, hashtag masjids are designed poorly. We're gonna get there.
Right.
But you know, how many times have you walked in and you just caught the guy who's praying, meeting eyes with you?
Right.
Like how many times has that happened? That's that awkward moment before that was even a hashtag.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, we had fun. We had fun, and it's funny because somebody was telling me that there's not a lot of content out there that has started to address those things. Even now, even in the day of YouTube, everybody's got a channel. Everybody's you know, putting out content. I think comedy is one thing that we could really use a little more of. You know, so.
You know what I felt you guys like evolved from? So when I was growing up, I don't know how old you are. I might be a little bit older than you. Who knows? I'm just a little bit. when we were going to youth camps back in the day, this is definitely before
Yes.
YouTube and stuff like that. We were doing these skits at the end of the camp, right?
Yes.
And we would get up there and everybody would love it and we'd laughing and things like that. But now you guys captured that moment, you know, those youth camp moments.
Yes.
And gave it a little bit better production and packaged it so that the world could like watch it on a regular basis. You didn't have to wait to go to a youth camp anymore. Now you could watch Gandagi.
Absolutely, absolutely. And also the other reason why we called it Gandagi, because we just used, you know, the high production was basically a camera that we bought and then returned when we were done producing. And you know,
we don't recommend that.
You know, we shot half of it during shout out to the month of Ramadan, by the way, Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Mubarak.
We shot half that the series in the month of Ramadan. I mean, we
To
had
get more
literally
blessings,
in the
of
month of
course.
Ramadan in different masajid while people were doing itikaf. In fact, the whole Monday night Tarawih scene was done like literally while people were in itikaf. Like we were in the musalla filming, and people were like, "What are you doing?" So yeah, so we you know, we crossed some boundaries.
It's a dawah
there.
video. It's a dawah video.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, we crossed some boundaries there, but you know, we might have to pull the fellas out of retirement.
Do it
And,
really?
yeah,
Is that a plan? Gandagi 2 is in the mix?
No, I'm not going to say it's a plan, but
Okay.
so many people have reminded me just how current and relevant it still is.
Right.
And we're talking about something that's almost 15 years old.
Right. Right.
Which is crazy,
That's
right?
when you know you got something. That's when you know. Like
It's
when
crazy.
a lot of our songs at Native Deen. I mean, this show's about you, but some of our songs we did for like 15 minutes. I mean, 15 minutes ago, 15 years ago. They're still relevant. Speaking
Yeah,
of
absolutely.
music, see, you didn't see what I was doing there. It was a transition to get into your DJ career. When did that start?
I started messing around
With
with that
music.
type of stuff, with music. Well, I've always been a fan. Shout out to my older brother, Omar Sharieff. He really put me on to some good music.
yeah.
You know, so at a very, very young age, I was listening to Tribe Called Quest.
Okay.
I was listening to The Far Side, and at the same time, Bob Marley and these things. So
Okay.
I attribute my original kind of creative and you know, input from my older brother, and from shout out to MYO, MCC, old school. We would have these
And
get-togethers.
you talking about Maryland?
Yes.
Wow.
We would have, there was an organization called MYO, and that's really where, and all the old heads that kind of started MYO, after Gandagi kind of got hot, they were like, yeah, we know where you, we know where you got your influence from. But I just, you know, alhamdulillah, I was blessed to be surrounded by a lot of creative individuals. Shout out to Columbia, Maryland. We had a good bunch of brothers, and we still do, who kind of came together and galvanized around this effort.
You're a true Northern Virginia brother.
I'm a northern. I'm
Not-
a
not-
transplant
I'm sorry, DC
from
Metro.
Maryland. Yeah,
DC
DC Metro.
I didn't mean to say
DC
Northern Virginia. DC Metro guy.
I made Hijra to Northern Virginia.
MashaAllah.
I made Hijra to
Ahlan
Northern
wa
Virginia.
sahlan.
Thank you.
To the
Thank you.
DTV studio located in Northern Virginia.
A beautiful studio, mashallah. You guys doing amazing things.
So that's just like, those are just a couple of pieces of you. You know,
Right.
the capturing this American, you know, context and cultural things that we were dealing with as
Yeah.
youth, and you put that on camera, and that kind of became very popular, very popular. And then, you know, you had the DJ thing going. I don't know how far you went with that, but I know you were on stage with us.
Look, so the farthest I went was actually with you guys.
Really?
So the story is, and I just want to tell the world this, I was Native Deen's like 5th string DJ.
No.
So
of the
Clue called in sick. Gang, you know, Clue called in sick. Anas Cannon called in sick. All these cats called in sick, and you guys were like, "Who is gonna DJ?" And you know,
you were second string
Dave,
DJ.
I was like-
it was, of DJs, it was only
couple.
Anas, and then it was you. I don't even know who Clue is.
and
Who's
I don't
Clue?
even. Oh yeah, okay. Google that, man. Come on.
Clue?
Yeah, DJ Clue was like one of the.
Oh, so he didn't perform with us? I
No,
thought you were
no,
talking about
I
real
was-
people. No,
no,
of
no.
people that performed with us, it was Anas Cannon.
Right.
All right. And see, I'm gonna try to be like you. Shout outs to Anas Cannon.
That's right.
Anas Cannon,
That's
and
right.
then it was you, man. You
Who's
were
who's a
second
real DJ? I'm just amateur. Just for the record.
string. You held it down, man.
Alhamdulillah.
Where did we go?
alhamdulillah.
Where's some places we went?
We went to Chicago. We went to Atlanta. And then we ended up, the finale was in London, which was
Wow.
dope. Which
Wow.
was dope. And I have to
Wow,
tell
mashallah.
I have to tell everybody the story. Now that we're talking about London, I have to tell everybody the story about you and Junaid Jamshid May Allah grant him Jannah.
Ameen.
I gotta tell him the story. Can I tell?
Yeah, I don't know the story, but I'm listening.
You might remember. Well, look, it was the first time you and Junaid Jamshed had ever crossed paths.
Oh, okay.
We're at the Global Peace and Unity event, right? We literally get picked up at the airport. You ride in with Jermaine Jackson. Okay. All right. The whole thing is like crazy. So like I you know, and I know you guys from, you know, I know Naeem from Baltimore.
Right.
Like, you know, I grew up with Naeem.
Right.
You know, very close family, friends with Abdul Malik and his family.
And for those people who don't know, Jermaine Jackson is the brother of Michael Jackson,
Yes.
the famous Michael Jackson. And he sang something that I don't remember. I was in a car with him riding, and everybody who knows me is really laughing because, you know, this is very true. I have a bad memory. But apparently I was in a car with Jermaine Jackson, and we rolled up together. All right, here we go.
Yes. So so we get to the venue, we're unpacking our stuff, we're doing sound check, and we're just wrapping up sound check, and in comes Junaid Jamshed, who you don't know at this time.
I don't know who Junaid Jamshed is.
Junaid Jamshed with like a posse of like, and you know, this is post-Deen Junaid Jamshed.
Right.
This is like, you know, doing the Islamic songs and stuff like
Right.
that. This is like Junaid Jamshed like 3.0.
Okay, now for those people who don't know who Junaid Jamshed is, like I didn't know who he was back then.
You didn't.
He was the Michael Jackson of Pakistan, India region. He
Correct.
has a song that is actually like the #1 song in the world, I think, still, because of how many people were listening to it.
Yeah.
I didn't know all of that, but the guy was super duper, ooper famous.
So he walks in and everybody's like, oh my God, Junaid Jamshed. And you know, Joshua's just in his like post Native Deen warm-up mode. And Junaid Jamshed beelines it to Joshua. And he punches you in the chest. And he's like, Yar, I listened to your entire album on the plane. And of course, you know, Junaid Jamshed, so it's probably like, you know, the G6, all that, right? With the full media center, he's like, I listened to your entire album. And you still don't know who it is. And
Right.
if you know Joshua, nobody can just walk up to Joshua and punch him in the chest, right? So you were a little razzled. And you were like, who are you? And I come up behind him and I'm like, that's the Michael Jackson of Pakistan,
Right,
you know?
right.
And he was like, we should collaborate and we should do all this stuff. And subhanAllah, look, like,
Wow.
that was such a seminal moment
Wow.
for me as just a person being at this amazing event. I don't even know if they do GPU.
I think they do. We
Okay.
just don't get invited anymore. But I think they
That's
still
a
do
shame.
it.
They're missing out.
Shout outs to GPU.
Shout out to GPU, that's right. They're missing out, but that was just a really seminal moment, and I will never forget that day because, I mean, you guys ended up collaborating
did.
together.
And he did not stop with that punching in the chest thing either, man.
That was his style.
Every
I guess
time
that
we
was
saw
his
him, I
style.
still
That
got
was
a
his
sore
style.
spot.
That was his style, you
And
know?
he wouldn't ask. He's like, we're going to work on something together. I'm coming next weekend. I'm
That's
like,
right. That's
man, I
right.
got-
Well, you know, when you're Junaid Jamshed, you could do that. You
Yeah,
could throw your
yeah.
weight around a little
You
bit.
made it happen. You made it
Excellent.
happen.
And that was also the same year that we as Gandagi entered Sunnah Back, which was a parody of a mildly inappropriate Justin Timberlake song. If you're gonna talk about it, into the Nasheed.
Shout outs to Justin
Yeah,
Timberlake.
shout out to Justin Timberlake, my man. Honestly, so we entered the song Sunnah Back into the Nasheed competition.
Right.
Out of like 1,000 applicants, and we actually got to like the final 4, like the final 3.
Wow.
Which was funny, and then we got beat out by this like superstar who actually had like a Nasheed song.
Right, right.
Because technically we weren't, like, nothing we were doing could qualify as a Nasheed,
Right.
but people still felt it.
You know, Nasheed is a
So-
loose term. If you're putting people put Native Deen in Nasheed, so you know.
Yeah, but because there are Nasheeds, it's fine. Like,
Okay.
it's okay. Like, it doesn't.
Sunnah Back sounds Nasheedish.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
All right, I'll
okay.
take it.
There you go.
I'll take
There
it.
you go.
I'll take it. There
Man,
should be a
that's-
second. So
I
anyways,
appreciate-
that was dope. And then we had this like amazing jam session that night
Right,
with like Zayn Bika rolled up,
Right.
Dawud Wormsby Ali, like and you know, before that,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really know Dawud Wormsby Ali. I kind of used to judge his music just a
Mm-hmm.
little bit because I was like, it's very kids oriented, it's very soft. And then when I got to know him, I'm like, man, you're like a solid rocker.
Right. Right.
And we jammed out that night.
Shout outs to
Shout out to
Del Warren's Belly, my
DWA.
man. You have just taken me down like a memory lane.
That's what I came here for.
Thank you so much.
That's what I came here for.
I did not expect this, but I tell you what, I appreciated it. I hope you appreciated it. And we haven't even opened up the piece of what he's doing right nowadays with the architecture. But we're going to get to that after the break. So don't go nowhere. You're going to see some amazing photos and listen to some amazing work that he's doing. We're going to be right back watching Think About It with your host Joshua Salaam and the one and only Aatif Sharieff, brought to you by pennypillusa.org. We'll be right back.
Water is an important part of life, and the difference between clean and dirty water is the difference between life and death. We know that the issue is not that there's a lack of clean water, but a lack of access to it. So we're on a mission to change that. Through Thirst Relief, we're building wells across Africa and Asia to provide millions with access to clean, safe, consumable water. The goal is simple: to provide clean water to every person who needs it. To irrigate gardens like these, horticultural gardens in Gambia. To make sure that no person ever has to drink dirty water ever again. So join us. Visit pennypillusa.org/thirstrelief and donate today. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Wow. That's what happens when you bring in amazing guests. You get amazing conversations. I'm loving it. Hope you're loving it. You're watching Think About It with your host Joshua Salaam, with my man Aatif Sharieff, aka, you know, he does all this hashtag stuff. I can't keep up with hashtag this, hashtag that. We're gonna talk about some of those hashtags, but this is all brought to you by hashtag pennypillusa.org. Did I do that right?
Yes, sir.
I did. Cool. Now we're gonna talk about this other thing that he does. Now that he took us down the memory lane of, you know, Junaid Jamshed was a real good friend of mine, though. May Allah have mercy on him and accept him.
Give him Jannah.
Forgive him for any of the wrongdoings that he did.
Especially for that punch.
Yeah, that punch. He gave it to me. But I was a youth director for many years. And Adam Center is like forward thinking. Absolutely. And they were like, okay, we're going to give a youth center to the youth, right? And we were like, okay, cool. And the youth started thinking about, okay, what are we gonna do? How's it gonna design? And I remember that you were an architect. And I called you up. I don't know if you remember this.
Yeah,
your memory is better than mine. And I called you up, I was like, Aatif, we wanna make this cool youth center and this and that. And you, I think you even maybe made a reference, because we started talking about masajid, and you earlier said hashtag messages are designed the wrong way or something like that. So I want you to kind of walk the audience through what you mean by that, mosque or design the ad or the wrong way, and some of the ideas that you were giving us of the youth center, because you had this holistic, what I remember is just, it was a holistic outlook that you had. It wasn't just the building, it was about who's going to be in the building, what type of, what do you want them experiencing and feeling when they come in, all the space. And you had me thinking more than just about, you know, we want some windows and a pool table, you know.
I think as an architect and as a Muslim first and foremost, I grew up always searching for an identity. I don't think I ever had an identity. And once I started studying architecture, it really became clear to me that the Muslim experience didn't really have an identity because our places of worship didn't really have identities, right? If you look at like the coolest masjid you've ever been to, or the nicest, well-designed or built masjid you've ever been to, it's a architecture that resembles something foreign, right?
The dome and the minaret.
The dome and the minaret, right? Not to.
But if you don't have a dome and a minaret, it's
that's
not,
right. So like, you know,
like
I say this joke all the time. Like, if you ever want to start an Islamic organization, just name it something, and then throw a dome on it.
Right.
Throw a minaret. Not to knock Deen TV.
Let me say, look at the logo.
You know,
look at the logo. Shout out to Abdul Malik.
Shout out to Abdul Malik.
He is the brains
designer.
of this organization.
Yeah, but it's a very soft dome, just to be fair, and it's not very. It's not.
It's more like an umbrella. It's more like an umbrella.
It's an umbrella, indeed, all encompassing.
There you go.
And that's what I think we were trying to address in the youth center, right? So I think there's some really good examples of architecture that's Islamic, and architecture that's modern, and at the same time that's relevant within where it is.
So we're gonna show some examples of that architecture that's relevant
Yeah.
and architecture that's modern. But when you say that, when you say those two words, what are you thinking about? Because modern is relative.
Modern is very, very
And
relative.
relevant is
And relevant is very, very relative. Well, one thing that's really important is, and kind of bridging the gap between architecture and sort of being Muslim in America, is that the identity of architecture is just very foreign, right? If you look at Islamic architecture going back to the very, very beginning, right? The first mosque where the she-camel knelt, and I'm not an Islamic scholar, I can't give you the dalil of the hadith or anything like that, but it was just 4 walls and dirt and like palm trunks covering it, right? There wasn't any gilding, there wasn't any crazy ayat wrapping around it. It was a place where you connected with God. And I think we've lost that a little bit as Muslims who are trying to build these like amazing, grand structures with all this decoration. We've lost that a little bit. And when I was studying architecture, I really fell in love with this idea of minimalism.
Okay.
Where you use basic materials, you don't go too crazy, and it's all about kind of your experience in the space. And it was interesting because it was kind of speaking to me about the architecture of Islam. And when I studied and I did my thesis in Islamic architecture, I realized that there's some good examples, and we'll show some images of that. And there was nothing American about our architecture. The arches, the domes, there's nothing inherently American about that. And I think as Muslims, the next step, the next level for us, Islamically, identity-wise, for our architecture, is to do
An American
something
Muslim
American
experience.
Right.
But what? Okay, help me. Without, you don't have to give colors necessarily, but an American mosque design.
Well, number one, that solves American problems, right? Like, the women shouldn't be involved in the dungeon of crying babies. Like, right? There shouldn't be that, like 90% of the space is given to men, and then the women are crammed, in the back, right? I think we still haven't addressed that. We still haven't addressed the basic principle of what the heck do we do with our shoes, and how do we do I take my shoes off?
You just kick them off right
do I
before
take my shoes off? Do I get the ceremonial slippers that some other guy with like toe fungus has worn? Right. Do I take my nice slippers into the masjid that are obviously going to get stolen?
Right.
You can't bring the reefs or the OPs into the masjid because they get
stolen. Don't know what those are, but they sound expensive.
And I think as Muslims we still really haven't evolved into like how little water we should be using during wudu. It's like a competition to see how much water we can use for wudu. So practicality.
You do all this by design. So for you to design a mosque, you're thinking about what do you do with the slippers. You're thinking about space and functionality of Muslim women in the masjid by design. You're thinking about the problems that masajid are going to have when they try to, and this is a true story. When you try to bring your mosque in, the neighborhood association says, well, we don't want that dome and that minaret because that's not going to look right and it can't go above. You're thinking about all of that stuff when you design your mosque.
100%. And it's all about, for me, not to use a digital graphics Abdul Malik reference, but the user experience. Architecture is really all about the user experience. And I don't think we're there yet, but I challenge young designers out there to really think about that and to really address that, because I think design, not just architecture, but graphic and user experience stuff, can really solve problems. And I don't think we've addressed that because we're so caught up in putting a gold dome and having calligraphy around it that we don't address the very simple thing of how do I get from my car into the masala, and what's the easiest way other than going through a maze of shoes.
So parking falls under your
I believe.
So I tell you what.
Who's calling?
That's my mom. She wants to call and tell you Mom, I'm on a set of Deep. No, I'm just kidding. That's not what about it. No, so your parking is included in that?
I think it should. In sort of my all-inclusive you know, approach to design. I think from your logo to the identity to the flyers being typographically clean and having no misspellings. I think we can create a blog just on how many ad hoc misspelled flyers are out in masjids. I mean, I think that's kind of a viral.
Now, in the last bit of this, I want you to blend this for me, because I think a lot of people listening might be thinking what I'm thinking.
Sure.
You start taking away the minaret. You start taking away the dome. People feel like you're afraid of your Islamic identity in this culture. You're just trying to blend into this American system, and so now Islam doesn't, you know, it disappears.
Right.
How do you address that argument while saying, no, we're trying to create a new Islamic experience and identity? How do you negotiate? That sounds like that's a conversation.
I will say, when you trace back, well, this is for a longer conversation, but when you trace back the dome to its initial inception into Islamic architecture, it was the Hagia Sophia. And the Hagia Sophia was a mosque that we inherited from the Christians, who designed a basilica.
If you know that Turkish story, yeah.
Who designed from Constantinople, they designed a basilica, which is actually an adaptation of a pagan Roman worship structure.
Oh, come
right?
on, man. You.
That's how it is. Check the facts. Google it. So I think we can. There's certain Islamic principles that have nothing to do with the dome, right? Your connection with your Lord, the experience, and I think we can create, as American Muslims, we can create our own identity that does not have to sacrifice any of our ideals and anything that involves our culture, our rich history, and our identity. And that's my challenge to architects.
And I guess you could say that anything other than a black box is, I mean, that's where it started, right?
Yeah, I mean, I call it the architectural sunnah, which is basically where the she-camel knelt.
Where the she-camel knelt.
That's right.
That's like a book, man. You should write it.
I believe Dr. Ismail Aghil Kahera already wrote it, called Deconstructing the American Mosque.
All right. MashaAllah. I hope you enjoyed those pictures that were floating across the screen. Hope you enjoyed my guest, who's going to revolutionize, because he's still young. He's got a long life to go. He's got a lot of buildings to design. He's got a lot of masjids to redesign. It's going to come at a masjid near you. Aatif Sharieff. Google him, look him up. Shout outs to Gundagi. Shout outs to DJ Aatif. Shout outs to his. Where can they look at some of your work? Is there a website they can see some of your work?
No, but I challenge them to go out and to always, not to sound very X-Files, but to question everything, and always think about, in design and your way of life, always think about the user. Always think about how we can arrive and achieve excellence through what we know. Whether you're a lawyer, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a graphic designer or an architect, you know, everybody can contribute to a more healthier society.
MashaAllah.
And for me, it starts with design, right? Because that's what I do. But
well, I'm excited. One day, I do plan on kind of starting a masjid with your design. It's going to be called a beginner's masjid, because anybody wants to complain, we just say, look, we just practiced.
That's right.
We're just new, right? Inshallah. Hey, thanks for tuning in. We're going to come back with a game with my guest, Aatif Sharieff. You're watching Think About It with Joshua Salaam, brought to you by pennyappealusa.org. Check out the commercial and support them. We'll be right back.
I could show you an image of a child starving, belly swollen, tears streaking down his face. I could show you an image of a child and tell you that if you don't donate 50 cents today, that he or she will not make it. But there's so much more to these children. Take a look. What do you see? I see new families where old ones were lost. I see new routines in new homes. I see children forging a brighter future through education and positive encouragement. We may not be able to give orphan children a chance at an old life, but we can work to ensure that their tomorrows are better than their yesterdays. This is orphan kind.
Hey, hey, hey. That's a quote from my favorite show back in the day. This is Joshua Salaam with Think About It, and this is all brought to you by pennyappealusa.org. Can't cover up the sponsors, can we? Can't cover them up. And you are still watching the segment with Aatif Sharieff. And you know, Aatif, you know, when he was talking, mashallah, we had to turn his mic up. He's just so soft-spoken, so gentle, so kind. And I hate to beat people like that, you know, but this is my game, and it's about to be a smackdown, man.
Is this rigged? Is this a rigged game?
It's not rigged, man. It's just how we roll. Now, you don't know how to play the game, but I'm going to tell you. You got 5 words on that piece of paper.
I do.
And I'm not just re-explaining this for the audience. He did just walk into the studio. He found out that he was playing the game after he sat in this chair.
I have no clue what's going on right now.
That's true. Facts. Facts. All right, so there's 5 words there. And you got to try to get me to say your word with a 1-word clue, right? So, for instance, you have a hat on right now with VARVCA, whatever that is. Now, if you wanted me to say hat, you might say cap.
Right.
And I got to be like, bottle, you know, and they'd be like, no.
Okay.
No. And then it's my turn. And then when it's your turn again, you got to give me another 1-word clue. If I haven't said hat yet, you would say something else like baseball or something like that, right?
Okay.
So it's like whoever, if you get me to say all 5 of your words, you win.
Okay, so if you keep nailing it, I just keep going down the line. It's not a back and forth, or is it?
It is back and forth. Yeah. So
Okay.
it's make it, no take it, as we say in the basketball world.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
I actually understood that phrase.
Mashallah. All right, we ready? You ready?
I was born ready.
Mashallah. Now I go first. Let's say think about it with Joshua Salaam.
All right.
So I go first. It increases my chances of winning.
That's fair.
That's what I thought. Yasmin thought it was unfair.
Advantage
okay.
Joshua.
Here we go. Bismillah. Yes, I like you, man. You're a very interesting guy. What is that? There's something that will help you get this on an easy try.
Come on, you got this.
Thank you. You're the first guest that's like hyping me up.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, you don't know how to play this game.
You got this.
Extra large.
T-shirt.
Your turn.
Okay.
That's a big exhale, man. Relax, man. It's just.
There's a lot of pressure.
Just the show. You know?
Yeah.
I don't even think the cameras are on, to be honest.
I hope so, because I'm sweating.
Okay.
I am sweating. Okay, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right. Eggs.
Chicken. Nope. All right. So I said extra large. Let's say goosey.
Goosey? What?
You know, it'll make sense afterwards.
I'm just gonna say something. Loose.
Yes. Thank you, brother. You know you're right here. MashaAllah. How did you pull that together?
I don't know, but I feel a lot better about myself after that win. Was that your point or my point?
It was my point, but it's good that you.
But
feel
still,
good.
it's still. I mean,
you
it's
feel
still,
good about
it's
yourself.
still, yeah.
Ah, MashaAllah. Your turn.
Okay.
What was your first clue?
No.
You didn't give me a first clue?
Oh, but yeah. Sorry. Am I allowed to give you my first clue again?
Yeah, you can remind me.
Is this regulation,
Yeah,
judges?
yeah.
Okay. My first clue was eggs.
Eggs, yes.
My second clue is going to be cereal.
Breakfast. All right. My man. Good words. All right, here we go.
Yes.
Change.
Obama.
He I hope you're watching the show, Obama.
I really
now,
do.
Change is associated with you, my brother. My brother. All right, here we go.
Okay. This is a hard one. Cafeteria.
Buffet. Okay. I said change. You said Obama. So now my clue will be money. If you don't get it this time, I know what to say. I know what you guys were thinking.
Cash register.
Nope, but it's okay. I'm going to get it next time. Inshallah, I will get it next time.
Does the audience know the words we're trying to express?
They do, yeah. It's up on their screen, and they're like,
The
you
joke's
should have
really
said
on
this.
both of us. The joke's really on both of us.
It is.
Yeah, I'm sure they're.
But you killed it with the
Sure they're finding
with
out.
the loose.
Hey, that was a Hail Mary shot in the dark type of
worked.
situation. That really was. I'm gonna write home about that one.
So I got the breakfast.
You did.
You're on your second word?
Yeah. So the first clue was cafeteria.
Okay, yep.
So the next clue is going to be lunch lady.
Huh. Compound word you tried to throw in there. Huh? Cafeteria, lunch lady.
Come on, you got this, Josh.
School? Okay. I said change. I said money. Nickel.
Coin?
Yes. Told you.
Hey.
It's that I put the inshallah on it.
You did.
All right, 2-1.
2
I'm
to
winning,
1.
Aatif.
All right, I understand.
All right.
All right, so far you've had
Cafeteria and lunch lady.
and lunch lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bringing back bad memories, but go ahead. That one time I ate pork, that lunch lady told me it was chicken. Astaghfirullah, man.
Did it taste good at least?
I don't remember,
All
and
right.
I wouldn't. It was horrible. I threw up, and I was in the
I think-
hospital for 17
Yeah,
days.
even if it did taste good, you wouldn't admit it.
That's not true, but don't eat pork. All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and say. So what did I say?
Cafeteria and lunch lady, my
Cafeteria
brother.
and lunch lady. Okay, okay, all right. Sliding. I'm giving you the keys to
Burger.
success.
Sliding.
This game is rigged, by the way. Just FYI.
Cafeteria lunch lady sliding.
Yeah, you guys gave me the hardest word.
Okay. They're like, no, we didn't. All right, here we go.
The next attempt is going to be almost cheating, just so everybody knows. I'm getting everybody prepared. It's almost going to be cheating, but it's not.
But not quite.
No, I
Okay.
found a loophole.
Really?
Yep.
I love loopholes. They're great. All right, here we go. Morning.
Is that the first clue for the next word?
Yes, because you got loose and coin.
Fudger.
No. Your turn.
Okay. Actually, no, I can't. Man, that's too much.
What happened to the loophole?
I rethought it. I reassessed the loophole.
would've been actually
it would have
cheating?
been actually cheating,
Oh, okay.
and I couldn't bear to do
Okay.
that.
Oh, by the way, we don't translate the word. So if it was like, now I got to think of a word I know
Like
in
in
Arabic.
Spanish or something, or in Arabic or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that?
So if it was, you
Like
know,
kursi?
right.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say chair.
I wouldn't say chair, right?
right.
That would be.
That would be cheating.
Okay, cool. Can I skip?
Nope. No.
Okay.
Because that word's on the screen for the audience.
Yeah, it sure is. So I'm just gonna say holder.
Cafeteria, lunch lady. Oh, like a tray. Hey, man. Hey, very good. So the sliding. Oh, you like sliding down the. Now I get it. Now
I
it
was,
makes
you
sense.
know, I was reaching, man.
Right.
I was reaching. I didn't know where to go.
All right. I said morning.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say dawn.
And fudger wasn't a word.
No.
Sun.
Yeah,
whoa.
Yeah. Yeah,
was 50?
It's 50 there. Sun what?
Sunrise.
Yes. Now you can get the ding ding. All right. Your turn.
Okay.
3-2. It's a close game. It's one of the close games.
Okay. Best.
Worst. I don't know why I do opposites sometimes, but anyway. All right.
You're killing me, Joshua. Killing me. Just saying. Trying to set you up for success over here.
That
And
you are.
clearly, clearly, it's been working.
All right. All right.
This is the new word, right? I'm on a new word?
This is a new
Okay.
word. This is a
All
new word.
right. Do I win something?
Yes.
For real?
Yeah.
How about if I lose?
Throw
Is
me
there a
one of those. Throw
consolation?
me one of those.
Is there a consolation?
Yeah. Since you asked.
Do I get one of those fresh penny appeal
Boom.
t-shirts?
Boom.
Man, you
Since
know what?
you asked.
That gets a tech
If
beer.
you win, you actually, yeah. If you
win
win,
or lose, win or lose.
Okay,
Come on.
fine. Win or
Consolate
lose.
that joint.
You get this shirt that says Penny Peel USA, bright orange. You like
That's
bright
what's up.
colors.
I
It's
do.
the architect in you.
I do.
All right, we're gonna put that right here.
Is that a medium?
We'll get you a medium.
I'll take it.
All right. Okay. Military.
Uniform?
Dang, that was like a double wrong.
Yep. So far I gave you the clue best, right?
Yes.
And you turned around and you threw it down the drain by saying worst.
Yes.
So
I did.
we're
I'm sorry.
gonna try another tactic.
Okay.
Acquaintance.
Friend. All right. All right.
Nice. Nice work.
It's 3-3. That was your third word?
Yes.
Tie game, man.
Yeah.
I got to pull ahead here. Okay, so I said military.
So it's the first to 5. I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. Okay. All right.
Government.
Useless?
Okay.
Are we doing opposites?
No,
or...
no.
Okay, so
Just
I mean.
do it down the grade. And of course
did.
he wasn't talking about, well, maybe he was.
Not
Anyway.
no.
All right,
no.
all right.
I just,
We're
we're just doing word association.
It's your word.
Okay.
What's her name?
Yasmin?
Yeah, from yesterday. Yeah.
By the way, Yasmin and I go way back. She's actually grew up best friends with my wife.
Really?
Yeah.
MashaAllah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said we should call this the synonym game.
Yeah, that's actually a great. Yeah, nice work, Yasmin. Shout out to Yasmin Al-Hadi.
All right, what's your clue?
Okay, so I can't give you my word, so I'm going to give you a clue. So
You're on your fourth word.
I'm on numero cuatro.
Okay, I'm ready.
And we're going to go with fake.
Real. Why do I do opposite?
Why does he do that? I think he rigs it. Wasn't this okay? You know what? That's
No,
all right.
it's the
That's all
synonym
right.
game. All right, I
That's
take it
all
back.
right.
I take it
That's
back.
all right.
All right, no.
Is it the synonym game or
It's
not?
the synonym game. All right,
Because if it's not, then I got a whole other agenda over here. I got a whole new strategy. I don't even have to huddle up and think about it.
It is the synonym game. So let's go. You said fake. I'm gonna say false. Okay, all right.
No.
But that was a good try.
Thank you.
Better try
but
than real.
You just,
right?
you're setting yourself up for success. Maybe I shouldn't set you up for success anymore.
No, please.
Maybe I should just say random stuff, so we can sit here
Now you sound like
until
Naeem Muhammad.
iftar. Yeah. That's the cynical game. Shout out to Naeem Muhammad.
He sat in the same chair and said the same thing. All right, here we go.
All right.
I said government. I said military. Let me say parents.
Government, military, parents. Growing up Muslim in America, it totally makes sense. I get it. Right? Because your parents are basically like the government and they treat you as if you're in the military. So I got it.
You get it, okay.
I see where that's going. Government, military, parents?
Yeah.
Was this the word you went in and were like, thanks, yeah, he's never going to get this?
No,
Was that?
no, it was the first word I was talking to him about.
Okay. All right. So government, military, parents?
Yeah.
This is like Fudger?
He knows it's not Fajr.
Hashtag bad memories. Shout out to my mom. Sorry, man.
It's okay. What you got?
You're leading me down a path.
Your best.
So first I said fake.
Wait a minute. That was your real guess for Fajr?
No. It's your turn now, right?
No. I military.
That was my best guess. Yeah.
Fajr?
Yeah. Because I had military-style parenting for waking up for Fajr.
You think
And I felt like I was under a regime government.
For Fajr?
Shout out to my mom one more time. Never do that to my kids. Tell you that. Lesson learned.
Fine. Okay.
That was mine. Yeah, seriously.
Okay.
Yeah, that was mine. So, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
So it was fake. And then what did I say? Fake and I said fake and then I just said fake, right?
Okay.
Right?
No. Yeah, and then we win again because I said it's the synonym game.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So so I said fake, and now my next clue for you should look up who DJ Clue is.
Okay.
Yeah. He's
He's good. Good stuff.
I mean, he was in the day, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in the day for sure. Artificial is the
next clue?
No, is the word, and I messed up. So thinking about DJ Clue. But you wouldn't have got it anyways, Joshua Salaam.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have got it
Well,
anyways.
thank you for helping me out with that Fajr guess, because that was not like...
Did I just clinch the loss?
All right, so we're out of time.
Am I the first?
We're out of time.
We're out of time.
No,
Okay.
we're out of time. So the word I was trying to get you to say was authority.
Not even close. I'm sorry.
It's closer than Fajr.
No, parents was a good one. But military and government, I mean, you could have said...
Government authority, parent...
Whoever thought of authority, I have a little bit of beef.
What would you have said?
No, I just think it's a bad word for this game.
Right.
It's a stumper.
It's a stumper. But what would you have said?
I know. I'm saying I'm technically sympathetic to your
Maybe I
cause.
should have said God.
Yeah, that would have been a great one.
Totally would have got it.
Yeah.
God bless you for watching this show. You have watched another episode of Think About It with your host Joshua Salaam, brought to you by pennyappealusa.org and the one and only Mr. Aatif Sharieff. Check him out. Hope you enjoyed those pictures that he brought for us of amazing architecture, of hopefully the future of what he's going to bring to Muslim life in America. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
This Deen TV video was made possible in part by Penny Appeal USA, Small Change, Big Difference, and by Recycle Processes Incorporated.